San Francisco. So I want to spend 10 minutes on this really quickly, and then we're going to move over into the next section. A lot of people are complaining about housing, that it's unaffordable. I've had the pleasure of being able to research and see what the cultures are like outside of the United States of America. And often at times, I compare it to what's happening here. One of the things that's been my lifelong mission and a passion project for me, but I've never really understood how to solve for it, was homelessness, the affordability crisis. It might have even pushed me into the realm that I'm in right now from a business perspective and building homes. Now, I know that I'm not a major builder. Maybe 1 year, 10 years from now, maybe I'll be a massive builder and I'll be taking advantage of all of the subsidies that come with building homes because we'll be in a socialist space. Who knows? That's dependent on if we get people like J.D. Vance and Trump inside of office that then keep capitalism alive. Either way, I benefit. But here's the thing. One of the things that people know about me, and I've said this often at times, is that I don't believe in price gouging. One of the benefits that come along with owning it 100% outright, not having a mortgage, is that I don't have to pass that cost over to the consumer, and I can pass minimal costs over to the consumer and still be profitable while increasing the value of the home, which means that I benefit, they benefit because they have more money to be able to spend on the things that's meaningful to them. They become a long-term tenant because I basically pigeonholed them. All right, now I got to give you my sauce. I don't usually get this. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. I'm going to talk about this in Block Club. You know what? One of the reasons why I've never had anybody move out of any of my properties? It's because I trap them. I trap them. Anton, how do you trap people into your properties? Well, I believe that I'm a phenomenal partner when it comes to being a landlord. I don't bother anybody. Once I vet you out to be somebody that I actually want to rent in my properties, usually you like it so much that you take care of it. I tend to look for people that have small children because I want them to be invested in the school system, and so they become long-term tenants. But one of the reasons why they never leave is because they'll never be able to find a better neighborhood, better school system, and they'll never be able to get it at the price that I give it to them for, because very rarely do I ever increase how much I'm charging for rent because I can afford to do so because I don't have any mortgages. My only cost associated with it is the insurance and the property taxes. And as long as you maintain the property, which is not very hard to do, I'll take care of the big stuff. I don't have to worry about it because I'm building houses now. I usually buy them turnkey, so the roof is usually really good. I'll do the water heater. I'll do if anything happens with the HVAC or something like that. But very rarely do anything comes up. And so I trap the people into my properties because I don't increase the price. And so essentially, they can't afford to leave because they can't ever find anything that gives them the type of value in a good neighborhood at the price that they're paying. So I trap them. I mean, they can leave if they ever want to, but why would they? You're paying less than everybody else. You're getting more value, and you know who your neighbors are. Your kids is invested in the school system, and so you want to pay your stuff on time because you don't ever want to ruin a relationship that you have with me, because you want to make sure that you're maintaining staying in this home and that I never actually say, hey, I'm about to put you, I'm moving this house or I'm about to sell it or something. When you're a good tenant and I'm a good landlord, it makes for a great relationship because everybody benefits. So I essentially trap you, and you kind of trap me too with being a good tenant because I have no reason to ever want you to leave. And that's the key to good business. I trap the people that actually live stream with me because I treat them well. I make sure that I take care of them. I give them resources. I give them support wherever it is that they ask for me to give them support. Anton, you want to come on my show? Absolutely. Anton, hey, let's push your show. Let's do what you got to do. And so why would they ever leave what we doing and what we putting together instead of being loyal? Because I'm going to make sure that you get every single thing that you need in order to be successful. My goal as a business person is to trap you, is to forever have you as a person that is a part of what I'm doing from a business perspective, because it's going to be beneficial for both of us. You make money, you save money, you get a good neighborhood, you get a price that's much, much cheaper than anything else that you can find around you. And everybody and all of your friends is jealous because they not paying even close. You're paying less than half of what they paying because their landlord has to pay the mortgage and they paying these crazy interest rates and they trying to charge you in order to make improvements to the property. And I got a completely different strategy when it comes to real estate. I'm trapping you. But over in San Francisco, they have now gotten to the point where they're so expensive to where they're taking concepts from outside of the country, implementing it in San Francisco. And now, not only will you be living in tiny houses, you will be living in sleep pods. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Check it out. It's crazy.
Last year, we told you about people paying $700 to rent sleeping pods in San Francisco.
Well, the company running the site has been waiting for the city to grant them the right permits to reopen.
ABC 7 News reporter Luz Pena went back to their building and has an exclusive update for you. Luz?
Yes, Dan, San Francisco is the AI capital of the world, but not the housing capital of the world. In fact, we are far from that. This is one of the most expensive cities in the country. So if you want to be in the center of everything AI, it comes with a housing price for those who want to build housing and those who need it. In a city where the average rent price is $3,000 to $4,000 a month, sleeping in a pod for $700 a month is a deal.
I was living in the Presidio before and kind of looking for.
Listen to how y'all gonna be living, y'all. You
4,000.
will own nothing, and you will absolutely pay almost $1,000 a month to be in the nap pod. You gonna be in a bunk bed, like you 13, like you 12, like you 11. Like you just was able to get your own room and then your brother had to move into it because y'all had to downsize and so y'all got bunk beds. And so he on the top bunk and you on the bottom bunk. Y'all gonna be in bunk beds. You paying $700 to $1,000 a month for a bunk bed. You can't even have company over. You can't have no girl come over because you sipping in a nap pod. That's insane. The first thing I thought of when I first heard this was I was thinking to myself, because I hadn't watched the article yet, like, oh, yeah, we can get a pod because people are looking for temporary spaces. Maybe they want to go in like a hostel, or maybe they visit in a city temporarily and they're not looking for a whole hotel room. Maybe they get them a more affordable option, get them some lockers, get them a nap pod because they're not going to be there anyway. They're just stopping over and they moving into the next city. I didn't know that y'all was going to be renting this out to be staying there long term. That's insane.
$1,000 a month. Sleeping in a pod for $700 a month is a deal.
I was living in the Presidio before and kind of looking for cheaper options just so I could keep working on the stuff I wanted to and working on open source projects.
The majority of people who live here have the same goal: build a tech startup and make it big. So paying high rent prices is not part of the equation.
I'm originally from Shenzhen, China, but I just graduated from University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and then moved here after graduation.
How did you find this place?
I found it through a friend. He actually lives here right now.
But after this housing concept went viral,
Look at y'all stuff. You got a fan above your head. You got a fan, homie. You got people walking around at your feet. Can you imagine? Listen. Some things is just unconscionable. I don't care if we building a tech startup. We can go and do it old school. We gonna work in somebody's garage. We gonna all rent a house and we gonna all work in the same garage or something like that. Dog, could you imagine going to sleep? First of all, when you get up, you got to get out vertical, like you got to get out backwards, like a car backing out of a driveway. You got people walking past your feet. Somebody might walk past and tickle your feet. Somebody might walk past and tickle your feet. Dog, if you touch my feet, it's over. Me and you fighting. What if somebody walked past and tickle your feet? You know how back in the day when you was a kid and you would knock on the door and run? What if somebody tickle your feet and run? You don't know who it is. Hell no. Heck no. Nope.
in 2023, many here were at risk of losing
And
their
you got to be on the
housing
bottom
because
bunk? Oh, no, this ain't nothing but a prisoner. This is like going to jail. This is like being in prison, in state prison.
the city said the people running it
What if somebody got roaches?
didn't have the right permits.
There was actually never anything illegal about the pods. It was
I
just
don't even like, no.
That we didn't have a change of use because this building used to be a bank.
For the first time, we're hearing exclusively from the co-owner of Brownstone Share Housing, the company that runs the pods. We got a look inside the building, a place he said almost didn't survive because of how long the permitting process took in San Francisco.
But there were no safety concerns. There's really no construction that we had to do to improve the building.
After over a year, he's glad they finally have the right approval for the pods. We contacted the Department of Building Inspections, and they confirmed that on September 5th, the planning department issued a letter of approval for the sleeping pods. They also asked him to obtain paperwork for their shower stall and fix the front entry lock. The entrepreneurs inside hope the city makes the permitting process easier.
If this had existed 3 or 4 years ago, we probably wouldn't have lost so much early stage startups to Austin and Denver and places like that.
The company behind the pods is applying for a bigger place because if they have to wait another year for permits, might as well be for more than 30 pods.
So we're actually in the process of opening up a place that's about 5 times this size.
Y'all gonna be out here in a 6x9, sleeping in pods, and if you're too tall, then your feet gonna be hanging out the bottom of it, and people gonna be able to walk by and tickle your feet. What if the person that's under you, what if he got a flatulence problem? What if the person that's next to you snore too loud? What if the person that's under you is Putin? Sorry, man, I had some Flame Hot Cheetos earlier today. No, dog, no. Can't take. Hey, baby, we had a good day tonight. Let's go back to your place. You want to go back to my pod? That can't happen. That's unacceptable. No way. Nope. Pod life is not for me.